Neil, what did you make of the game? The result a bit disappointing, but the performance was too, or not?
I thought Milan, I mean, short of five players, were so much the better side. I mean, they zipped the ball around better. They presented more shots, I think twice as many. I think it was about 15-7, and could have easily won that 4-1. I was actually quite shocked at how big the balance was between the two teams, given that they're both second in their respective leagues, and we would argue that the Premier Leagues are the strongest league in Europe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there was I think it was a poor performance, and particularly up front, where Manchester United offered absolutely nothing until the substitution at half time.
And what a player, Diallo. They're coming on and getting his first goal for Manchester United. What is he, 18 years old? I know there's been Mason Greenwood who scored at 17 and Marcus Rashford at 18 as well. But he looks a real player, doesn't he? Lots of pace and the awareness for the goal was brilliant, Neil.
Well, yeah, Ray, it was a tremendous goal. It was reminiscent of Javier Hernandez, that back header at Stoke, and great anticipation of the chip ball forward, and the ability to do that when he had his back to goal was fantastic, and it just offered something to Fernandez. And Martial, he had a decent game in the derby, but I think he has scored two goals since New Year's Day, and both of those were in the Southampton 9-0 win, when Southampton were already given up at about 5-0 down. And he's Manchester United's number 9, and he offers absolutely nothing up front in terms of movement, in terms of opportunities. His instinct as a goal scorer is just not there. And I'm not picking on him. I mean, it could be anybody. I could be talking about Wayne Rooney now. I can't be talking about Wayne Rooney now because that's he never had a patch like that. But there just seems a lack of effort and belief in him at the moment. And the switch at half time that Solskjaer made was absolutely right.
And Neil, what about the noise that's coming with Dean Henderson? He's let De Gea stay in Spain. Ollie's let De Gea stay in Spain. Is it unfair to have a go at Henderson because he's still trying to make his mark in this Manchester United first team?
No, it's not unfair at all. He's had a season at Sheffield United where you would argue he's probably had more to do than he's had to do in his short number of games at Manchester United. I mean, this is a player who is not short of confidence, who wants to be the number one, who, in empty stadiums, you can hear him shouting and telling people like Harry Maguire what to do. So there's no lack of, there's no humility there. So you have to step up to the plate if you're that confident. And last night he didn't. That is a standard save, and he didn't make it.
If he'd have been brilliant, I probably wouldn't ask this, Neil, but why do you think Ole Gunnar, should he come in for a little bit of criticism for saying to De Gea, stay in Spain, stay there for a few weeks? I found that a little bit strange, to be honest, when that arrangement was agreed.
Well, I mean, did Sir Alex come under the same criticism when he let Schmeichel have a few weeks off, which he did once? No. And Henderson, we would probably have been on this program 2 months ago arguing whether Henderson deserved a chance because virtually every shot on target was going in against De Gea. So I don't think that deserves criticism. I think Henderson definitely deserved his chance. De Gea was not, or is not, the goalkeeper he was 3 or 4 years ago. So Henderson's definitely deserved his chance. Last night, he didn't take it.
And Harry Maguire, he'd be looking back this morning saying, well, how did I get on the score sheet? Because that was probably easier to score than it was Harry missed that chance.
Yeah, I know. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it had been a head-on. The goalkeeper's actually touched it, and it's come to him very quickly at the far post. So I think it was just one of those railways. It comes so quickly at him, it's virtually hit him rather than he's hit the ball. And it did seem an awful lot easier to find the back of the net.
Neil, we were talking earlier, Harmy, Ray and Marcel, about over the other side of Manchester, Aguero. What is going on there, do you think? Has Pep decided that, Aguero will leave at the end of the season? We're winning games at the moment. Why should I change it? We're going to bring someone bigger in? or is he saving them perhaps for the latter stages of the Champions League and bigger games?
Well, I mean, I have no idea because if I was a manager of a football team and I had Aguero, I would play him on one leg. Never mind, never mind when he's just nearly fit. Because for me, he's the best. He is the best foreign player ever to play in the Premier League. He is the most instinctive.
Wow.
He is the most instinctive goal scorer that plays in this country, and offers so much to Manchester City now. Because of the very fact that they're playing so well without him just shows the strength and depth that they've got, and that they can do it. They can do it without him. But you have to remember that.
Yeah, go on, Neil. Sorry, please continue.
I was going to say, you have to remember that when Guardiola when Pep first came in, he sort of took him out of the team and brought Jesus in, like he was trying to stamp his mark, like he did with Yaya Toure, as if to say, like, I'm the man, and no one's bigger than me. And Aguero stepped up to that and showed him that he is still the man. Now, whether he's trying to do that again, I don't know, but I think it's ridiculous to treat him in this way.
Neil, what about Darren Fletcher coming in as technical director and what's happening above? Are we saying Ollie's bulletproof? Is it he brought the team in above, and this is like Team Manchester United, or is Ollie still under pressure?
No, I think it's definitely Ollie's decision. I think they know each other. I think they're close. I think he offers something. I think John Murtagh, who's effectively the director of football, is a great choice. He's a very experienced man in terms of bringing players through the academy into the first team, and sort of developing the football club. And Fletcher has been excellent since he's come in off the pitch, and he's a 5-time title winner. Because Manchester United have had so many star names. Yeah. Fletcher might not be seen as one of those. People are sort of questioning it, but as I say, he's a 5-time title winner, and this is someone who, unlike Murtagh, has not been, the player on the pitch, can offer that link as well, and I think they're two very good appointments going forward.
Neil, I've got to break, but just before I do, Davy Moyes brings West Ham. Incredible season so far for David. Could they go to Old Trafford and beat the Reds?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know David well. I used to go. I went over to see him a couple of times in Spain when he was there with Sociedad and did a decent job there. And he might look at what Solskjaer's doing at the minute and think, had I been given that time, I could have done something similar. He was only given 10 months. I mean, if you took Ollie's first 10 months, then it probably wasn't even as good as David's, but he was given the time to develop it and put them in the position they are now, which is second in the league and still in the Europa League. So he might look at that and think, well, I was trying to do that, but wasn't given the time. And I'm just glad for him that he's doing so well. And the only thing that must concern people at Manchester United is the fact that they've loaned Jesse Lingard to a club that could end up pushing them out the top four.
And amazing, David Moyes. Sorry, I've got to break, but Moyes, he put him straight in the team, and he looked as if he'd never been away. That's what I found incredible, Neil. Lingard right away. He didn't blow up with 20 minutes to go. He looked back to his normal self.
I mean, you have to. That would be the one question come the end of the season if West Ham are challenging United for a place in the top four, which could happen. Is like, well, how couldn't Solskjaer get out of Lingard what David Moyes is getting out of him? Now, is Moyes getting something out of a player in a lesser team, or has he done something to get the old Lingard? Because the old Lingard was, for me, one of the best players in England's national team. And if you remember back to the World Cup and that, he was a regular in Russia and what have you. He scored spectacular goals for Man United in major games. So you have to wonder what was going on at United that is now going on at West Ham.